Thank you so much, Andrew. Hi, everyone. My name is Anijay Lambert. I'm from PDC Research, and today I'll be talking on how you can use text adverts to optimize your online surveys. Now, just imagine that you've been given the task to carry out an international online survey, and you're excited about the new promotion and what's not. But when you closely look at your target areas, you begin to pull your hair out because you realize that your target areas, sample, and online panel companies are non-existent. So instead of choosing to hyperventilate, you decide, okay, let's think things through. What are our options? Well, you first think of maybe there's email. Maybe I'll just, go build my own email list, plug it into my platform, send out my survey, and then we can work on that. But then you start weighing other options, and because of budgetary constraints and also time constraints, finally the idea hits to try text, because you do some research and you find out that text has a 32% response rate, which is 5 times higher than that of email. And you slowly begin to see how best you can add this to your methodology. Now, in Guyana, we had to undertake a online survey. We wanted the general feedback of the public's perception of what customer services here are like in our country. So we decided, okay, let's test these various methodologies and see what our response rate will be. So first we did the generic things. We did word of mouth. We told our friends, we called our friends up and said, hey, we want your opinion. Let's just simply click on this link. We even did a radio broadcast. Good morning today, we told folks about it. And we built our own email list. So we garnered the emails that we usually work with our own surveys, and we got some other companies who had a large email list. We compiled those together, we plugged them into the platform, and then we sent those surveys out. Of course, we decided, oh, what about the paid option? So we went to Facebook, created an ad, and also we went to certain mobile providers to create SMS text adverts. Now, some of the results we expected, for example, with word of mouth, we were only able to capture 1% in our response. For email list, it took about 2 days, and those individuals who responded via email came up to about 10% of our email response. And of course, we went to Facebook post, and within 1 day, we had about 10% of our participation response. But what surprised us was SMS text adverts. And I know it says 12 hours here, but reality, in less than 12 hours, we were able to get 79% of our sample target. And it was amazing. So the question is, maybe we're onto something. Maybe the fact that we were placed in the situation where online panel companies were non-existent, maybe we just stumbled on gold. Now, with SMS text adverts, they are affordable. I won't say that they're the cheapest in town. They're a bit more pricier than the usual Facebook adverts, but they're very affordable versus newspaper, radio, and TV. Also, all you have to do is reach out to the mobile providers in that particular target area and speak to them. Ask them about their packages when it comes to text adverts. The reason why we were able to receive such a high response rate versus than Facebook was primarily because text messages come up as push notifications. The ads on Facebook, we basically have to wait until people come on board and scroll and just happen to see it, and if they're in the mood, happen to complete the survey. Of course, another positive fact about SMS surveys is that you're able to catch a wider audience, and you're able to tailor your sample size. You can speak to your mobile provider and ask them if you have a particular gender or geographic area that you want to touch, or even age and probably data usage. And it saves time. Within 1 hour, we were seeing hundreds of responses coming in and coming in. It was bliss. It was heaven. I was so excited. Now, of course, that being said, a lot of factors played with having such a high turnout rate. We went back to basics. We went old school. We decided we're going to use the ADA model principle, where we created a very short message that was going to attract, it was going to build interest, desire, and of course make the reader want to act on it and click on the link. And we of course added in some incentives, but with a large sample size, let's say about 30,000, it's impossible for you to promise everyone who completes the survey a $50 Amazon gift card. That is just, well, almost impossible. Almost impossible. But lastly, we made sure that our survey landing page was intact. We wanted to reinforce exactly the purpose behind the survey. We find a lot of times in the Caribbean, people, even though incentives are nice, people really want to share their opinion, and people want to know that whatever is said is going to be factored into something greater. So, thank you very much.
Thanks, Anija. That was fascinating. Really was. You know, it's a technology that has not really developed over in Europe anyway. I'm curious, did you have many constraints on your sample that you needed to fulfill? Were you able to do that? That is, well, you needed young people or older people, and did you find that you were doing okay in terms of the demographics?
Yes, we were looking a lot from a very kind of youth perspective. Most of our sample frame that we kind of built, we were catering, because in Ghana we make up about 60% of our population are under the age of 35. A pretty young country. So yes, it was. What also helped us, we were able to communicate with the mobile provider to make sure that the text adverts were distributed in accordance to our sample size when it came to age and gender, and also our geographic areas that we would like to touch.
And when they clicked on the link, what kind of survey were they doing? Did it operate on SMS in terms of response and answer, or were you using other technology when they clicked on the link?
No, we were using other technology. When they clicked on the link, they were then moved to our platform.
And was that kind of a standard survey engine, if you like?
Yeah, it was a standard survey engine. We actually used one of the sponsors platforms, Question Pro. They're really good. So
I used to work for Question Pro. I know them well. Yes.
Yeah, so, they're really good.
And are you going?
And we were able.
Go on.
With each of the methods, we were able to track, because with each of the method, even though we had one standard message sent across, we attached different URLs to each of them. So we were able to better measure click rate per ad or per note.
And are you planning to build up a sort of panel, given that you've got a great recruiting technique here?
Of course. I mean, in Ghana, to be quite honest, our company is one of the very first to really get into market research and data analytics. I remember when I first started out in the industry about 3 or 4 years ago, our methods in collecting information were still paper-based. Our company was instrumental for actually promoting mobile and online surveys. So it's really breaking ground, and not only in Ghana, but there are other neighboring Caribbean countries that we're working with to kind of show them the new technologies that exist.
Great. Well, that was really interesting. And as you might see, that kind of technology is something that I've worked in for many, many years. Well, thanks very much for that.